there, welcome to the vlog for the week. Today's Monday. It's Labor Day, so it's a holiday. We have the day off and we are on our way to go have some breakfast at First Watch. And we've already been out on the Sea-Doo this morning. We just went cove hopping. We went from like cove to cove and we were looking at houses and stuff. It was just a really nice, relaxing morning. And so now we're gonna go have breakfast.
It's so peaceful back here.
Mm-hmm. We're on a kayak ride. We just saw a baby heron. I wish he would make another appearance. They're so adorable. It's the third one we've seen this trip. It's really peaceful. We're back here, like, there's houses, so there's their docks and stuff, but it's a really peaceful area. We're back from kayaking, and now we're gonna go to the pool. We're hot.
It's like, so we're right when the fireworks were going. It was freaking cool. How awesome is that, you know? Yeah, so that was pretty neat. And then,
Hey guys, so it is Monday evening, and I just got out of the shower. Brian just went to take an evening Sea-Doo ride, so we had a morning Sea-Doo ride. We did a kayak, went to the pool. We actually didn't even get in the pool. We just sat on the lounge chairs and talked to people and had just a really nice conversation. But then I took my shower. He's taken a Sea-Doo ride, like an evening ride, to kind of erase last Monday's Sea-Doo ride. That was the one where he had to get towed back. And then now I'm just kind of doing a little bit of, we go home tomorrow, so I'm just doing like putting stuff up that we keep out, like our pool bag and stuff like that. I'm getting stuff put up. But yeah, so I don't want to go home. It'll be a little bit before we come back, but we've spent a lot of August here, and I've been very grateful for that. So yeah, that's what I'm up to right now.
well, it's me. And it's a week later, Monday evening, Labor Day, taking a ride down to the dam. The sunset's gonna be beautiful.
Hello there. So today is Tuesday, and we go home later this afternoon, after like late afternoon, early evening. And so I'm working from the condo today, and then like this morning before I started working, I got all the dusting and everything done. I still got a vacuum, but we usually do that like right before we leave. So I'll do that after I log off, and then I have a meeting coming up in like 5 minutes, so I'm gonna wipe down the countertops and stuff during that meeting, because it's one that I don't have to take notes during, and I'll be taking the call on my phone, so I can carry my phone around with me to listen. So just kind of, you know, multitask, like just get things done. So I'm also doing laundry, and Brian, he doesn't have to, well, he did have to work, but he called all the bids that he was calling to set up appointments and stuff. He already did that. So he's on a Sea-Doo ride, because you don't have to worry about it being in the morning when, like on a Tuesday, there's not a lot of boat traffic and stuff. So he's doing that, and then he's gonna go get gas in the Sea-Doo, wipe it all down, get it covered, lock it up, all the stuff that we normally do when we leave. So, yep, today's the last day of this trip. We will be back later this month. We always try to come at least once a month, every single month. August, obviously, we came a lot in August. But, you know, that's like peak summer, and, you know, it's coming up on fall now, and so the lake's gonna start getting cooler and things. It feels like summer has just been flying very quickly. But, yeah, anyway, just wanted to check in. Hello there. Today's Wednesday. We're back at home. Coffee pot's going. So just back to the normal routine. Getting ready to grab my lunch and a banana, make my coffee, I have a water bottle that I take, fill that up, and get headed out the door and hope for a good day. I am home from work. I'm gonna play my Disney Dreamlight Valley game a little bit and sit here and pet my cat. Hey, Django. Well, hello there. Today's Friday, and it's the first Kansas City Chiefs game, like regular season game. So I'm wearing Chiefs and getting ready to drive down to the building. And oh, it's weird how the Chiefs are playing in Brazil. I mean, it's just weird to me how they do that a lot now, where used to you just played, you know, either at the home stadium or the away stadium, and now they go all over the place. But I guess, you know, with American football getting more popular other places, it's a cool thing. So, but anyway, need to grab my lunch, you know, do all the stuff and get headed out the door and hope for a good day. And it's Friday, so that's a plus for it being a good day. Hey guys, so it's Friday. I just got done in Target. I stopped at Target kind of on a whim to see if they had their Halloween stuff out yet. They're just starting to get Halloween, so they had a few things, and I figured I'd show you what I got. I only got one thing that was like a Halloween decoration, and I had to get it because it was so nostalgic for me. But it's this little hanging ghost, and it's got like foam in here so you can like raise its little arms up. They also had a bat, a witch, and a jack-o'-lantern, and they were, I think it was $8. It doesn't say, but this is why I got it. You guys will recognize this sound and see if it brings back the nostalgia for you too. It lights up too, but does it? It just made me so nostalgic. I used to have, was a ghost, and I remember I got it years ago. There used to be a drugstore here called Osco, and I don't remember if it was CVS or Walgreens, but one or the other like bought it out, and I don't remember whatever happened to it, but I missed it. I was looking to see. Yeah, it was $8. And then I got some Brock's candy corn. When we were at the lake, I got some Jelly Belly candy corn. It wasn't as good as the Brock's. The Brock's is the best, in my opinion. So that's all I got over in the Halloween section. I always just love looking over there. I'm excited when they get the rest of the stuff out. And then I bought this. This is The Exorcist by William Peter Blatty. It says it glows in the dark. I actually own this book on my Kindle, and I've read it a couple of times. But look at this one. It's like the special collector's edition. It's $22. Because at Target, you get, actually I paid less than that because I used my Target card, so I got 30% off the cover price, plus I got another 5%, and the cover price is $32.50. This book is so good. Like most books, in my opinion, it's better than the movie. But I'm trying to be careful with it. Oh, and I got Django some treats. I got him some Tasty Human that says chicken, liver, and beef flavors. And some creepy catnip. Temptations are his favorite treats. I should have got him, dang it, I forgot. We ran out of greenies, the kind that kind of clean their teeth, as we give him a few of those each day. And we're out. I don't want to go back in. Yeah, I'm not going back in. But anyway, that's what I got at Target. And tomorrow, right now, would you believe it's only like 63 out right now? Tomorrow's supposed to get up in the 70s, but tomorrow morning's going to be in the 40s. And Brian and I are going to work on the house a little bit because we're going to be getting it painted later this month. And there's like, where we've put Christmas lights on our house, there's like these little clips and stuff that we want to pull all those off the house. Brian's got a couple of areas in the back around the window where he needs to patch in some new wood because it kind of went, I don't know, something happened to it. But anyway, we want to do just a little bit more prep on the house. And then the painters, I know they're going to wash the house, they'll prep it, they'll do all that stuff. They probably would fill in nail holes and stuff too, but Brian wants to do all that stuff. So he and I are going to do that tomorrow. And then other than that, not really any plans for the weekend, at least as of yet. And we're going to be going back to the lake next weekend. Yeah, I think next weekend. We were in October. We're supposed to be able to spend some time with my mom and dad and my brother and brother-in-law, but it sounds like my mom and dad aren't going to be able to do it. My brother they were renting an Airbnb, a little house down there, where then we literally could have just rode the Sea-Doos across the lake and been there. We actually went over to that little house Monday? I don't remember I think it was Monday morning. Brian and I went over there on the Sea-Doo and took a peek at it, and I didn't video it because I wanted it to be a surprise for my mom, for her to get to see the house when they got there, because they wanted my dad to be able to, because Eric, my brother's husband, likes to fish, and so I was thinking my dad and Eric would fish. I could visit with my mom and my brother Jeff, because Eric likes going on the Sea-Doo, and so we were going to bring both Sea-Doos, and it was going to be the beginning of October. And we were going to bring both of the Sea-Doos. We still are going to, because I think Jeff and Eric might still come visit, but just stay with us instead of renting a house. But I figured, then Brian and Eric could be out on the Sea-Doos. I could be talking to my mom and Jeff, but at least Brian said that Eric told him that my parents aren't gonna come. But I was really looking forward to that, but it is what it is. Anyway, I'm gonna head home now. Tonight the Chiefs play. Brian's going over to his buddies to watch the game. I usually have the game on in like the background. I don't usually watch it. And or I might play my game and then have play my Disney Dreamlight Valley or read. I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, other than go home. But anyway, that's my little Target haul. Hello there. Today is Saturday. I am currently working on the inside of the house. Brian's working on the outside of the house. Just cleaning. He's doing the stuff that I was telling you, I think yesterday, that needs to be done on the house before we get it painted. And then later, like early evening, we're gonna go see a movie. We're gonna go see The Conjuring. Last Rites, I think it's called. It's like something like that. But oh, got an AC/DC shirt on. There's my Poppy's Playhouse. So Django, when he jumps up to get to his window seat, always jumps on my keyboard. So I moved these guys thinking, you know, maybe that'd deter that. No, he just walks around. It's funny, he actually did that right when I was telling you. So yeah, that didn't help. But anyway, yeah, I'm gonna get back to working on the dusting and the cleaning and stuff. And then I'm gonna go outside and see if Brian needs any help. He had said like a couple of weeks ago that he was gonna ask for my help pulling some like staples or something out around the garage where we used to hang Christmas lights. But he didn't ask, so I just been cleaning inside, so that's what I'm gonna keep doing. And I'm looking forward to going to that movie. I hope it's scary. So I got a new phone case that just got delivered. I got it from Amazon. I love this. And I like to use a pop socket, and this is the one I got. I'll probably put it like right around here so it doesn't cover everything. We'll see. But anyway, I just wanted to share it. I love it. You might have heard the noise from this guy. Actually, I call her a she, but yeah. This is the phone case I was using. I love it, but I was kind of just ready for a change. I love the hot pink on this. And that's the pop socket I was using, which you can reuse these, so, but yeah. Wish you guys could see the moon is looking as neat as what it looks like through my eyes. The phone always makes it brighter than what it actually is. Big old pretty moon. Hey there. So today is Sunday, and I have a sort of a craft project I'm gonna do today. It's not really very crafty, but in that it's not gonna take a lot of work. But I saw there's a channel I watch on YouTube called Bargain Bethany, and she made a Halloween decoration with Dollar Tree stuff. So last night we went to Dollar Tree and I got the stuff to make it. So I'm gonna make it, but it's so super easy. I don't think that it's really very much of a craft project, but basically you use a lantern. This one was in the Dollar Tree Plus section, so it was $5, which is still cheaper than like Walmart or somewhere. So it's just this little metal lantern. And then you use the plastic chopping mats that Dollar Tree sells. So you get 2 of them for $1. I think this was $1.25 still. And we're gonna cut the mat, and then on 3 sides of the lantern put the mat. Then on the inside you use, this was $1.50, one of the shadow projectors. What's cool is they come out with these at Christmas time too. So I think I could even use this same one at Christmas. Not this one, but you know, once I build this with this, you can even do the Christmas one. And this takes AAA batteries. Hopefully we've got some AAA batteries. That'd be a fail if I can't even test it out. I'm pretty sure we do. But anyway, one of their shadow projectors, and I know this was $1.50. I hate how they've raised their prices. I understand why, but I don't have to like it. So let's make this. I say this because it feels like it's going to be so easy that it's not going to take a lot of work, but we'll see. Okay, so I'm going to use a Sharpie to just kind of draw where I need to cut this. And I don't know if I have to have it the full. I'm trying to make sure I can get at least 2 out of one of these. So that. Yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be able to get 2. So I just did that. I might have to trim it down a little bit. So I'm going to cut inside the line. You know what? I should have done a line all the way across. I'm just going to wing it. May not be straight. And then in half. And then I might have to cut it down a little bit. We'll see. I hope you can see this. And the frosted side went on the outside. Did you just see what I did? But yeah, that looks like, it looks like I'm gonna trim it just a teeny tiny bit on the bottom, only because it, or this could be the top or the bottom, because it felt like it wanted to bend a little. So I'm just gonna trim it just a teeny tiny bit. Same with this one. I'm going to trim just a teeny tiny bit. Whoops. Okay. So I've got 2 of them. And then I know I could use one of those other ones to measure, but I kind of don't want to, I don't want to get more Sharpie marker on one of those. So I'm just using this. I'm going to trim a little bit up on this one. A little bit more inside. Actually, I think I just trimmed too much. Let's see. It doesn't really matter if the cut on the bottom or the top is like crooked, because you're not going to see that part anyway. Okay. Thinking about what side I want to be the back, because the back is where I'm going to put the, now I'm going to put this part in, but the back is where I'm going to leave open so that this can go in there. And then again, I'm putting the frosted side on the outside. Yeah, I still want to trim this a little bit because on the bottom, because it wants to fold. And I want it to be flat. There we go. Okay, and that's going to the back. So here's my other side. Frosted side out. Whoops. No, wait, that's my back. Okay. You just fold it and it goes in here. Oh, that's nice. So then, like, when you get your pieces in, they kind of click into each other a little bit. And this, which is showing me that I want to trim this part a little bit more because it's folding in. What I'm talking about is like when I have it in there, it's like wanting to bow. And I don't want it to bow. Oh, that's the back. Yeah, it just has to be the back. Whoops. Oh, much better. And then these pieces kind of like click into each other. There, now none of them are bowing outwards. So that's what it looks like. Back is open. And I'm gonna go put batteries in this. Okay, I put batteries in it. And then it just flashes. I'm setting it on the bottom of this. Let's take it out in the garage where it's dark. I set it on my car. That's what it looks like. That's the back. That is so cool. I'm so glad I did this. Okay, I really like that a lot. Yay! I just noticed something cool. Look on the ceiling. So since the back is open, it's reflecting on the ceiling. That's so cool. I didn't even know that. Oh, that's just awesome. So now I'm gonna brew a cup of tea, and then I think I'll sit and read for a while. And this is the tea I'm having. I love this Harney & Sons Hot Cinnamon Sunset. If you like red hots, like the little cinnamon candies, that's what this tastes like to me. This is the one that has caffeine in it, but I also have the decaf version. So they're both very, very good. But I'm feeling like a little bit of caffeine today. You want a treat? I'm gonna give him some of these creepy catnip. You want one? He's like, yeah, I want 10 of them. Here you go. He's a good boy. So while my tea is steeping, I was going to show you guys these. I got these from Dollar Tree also. I love moon pies. I love pumpkin spice. Ignore my fingernails. I need to redo them. But I had these last year and they're really, really good. So I figured I would let you know that Dollar Tree has these. And the guy at the checkout, he said they also, their store didn't have them, but they also have caramel. So, but yeah, I just eat 2 at a time because they're 110 calories a piece. I could eat this whole box, but I'm not gonna. I also bought the banana ones and I opened them so I could show you what the size of a mini one is. That's the size of a mini. It's like the size of, you know, like a Chips Ahoy cookie or something. Chocolate's still my favorite, but I like the banana too. and you get 6 in a box. And while I'm showing you things, I got these new little guys I got for my collection. I've had all this stuff for a while, but Five Below, so I had to buy actually I bought 4 new shelves, and I'll show you the other 2. But I got these little guys from Five Below, the little bat and the ghost and the female vampire, the skeleton and little Frankenstein. He's holding his brain and his head opens up a little bit, and then the little devil dude. And then these are the other 2 shelves I got. They had a Zero, he's like metal. And then I got the Frankenstein duck and the Dracula duck and the Pennywise duck. I just added those to my collection. I'm still reading this book. I have not been the best. I've been like working through my lunches at work, and that's normally when I do my most reading, like if we're not at the lake, if we're not at the condo. But yeah, I'm gonna try to finish this. And he doesn't care if I've got a book on my lap. Do ya? You'll just lay right on it. Look how he's laying. You're so silly. So here we are with the digital frame. I did this once before where I showed you guys pictures from our frame. That is Brian and my youngest when he was in the Air Force. We went to visit him, and we were visiting a lake in Oklahoma. I don't remember the name of the lake though. That is a sunset from when we were on our cruise. It's really pretty. That's actually Brian and I right before we boarded the cruise. It was a Mariner of the Seas, a Royal Caribbean. First cruise we've ever been on. First and only so far. That is a picture from when Brian drove our daughter to Seattle, where she now lives. That is Brian and I don't really know where we are right there. It looks like a trail. I think we're probably on a trail. Probably at the Lake of the Ozarks or somewhere here. I don't remember. That's just them putting one of those really cool boats on the lake. That's how they got to get them on there. They have to crane them onto the lake. That is our dog Nathan, who passed away a few years ago. I miss him so much. He was the very best dog ever. Man, I miss him. That's a beautiful sunset. I think that was from the cruise also. Oh, it's one of those live pictures. That's why it's saying loading. There. Yeah, that was definitely the cruise. That's my son Daniel and his girlfriend Emma. And Brian and Django. Django loves him so much. Brian loves him back. Here's Django again. That little mat was like a pizza. See a lot of his toys in the background. That's Brian when we went to the Corvette Museum. Was that in Kentucky? The Corvette?
Yeah, Bowling
yep,
Green.
Kentucky. That's Brian again. I think this is at Minor Mike's out at the Ozarks. My son and Brian. Brian and I, where we go play pinball at Dog Patch Arcade. You guys have seen that several times. We love that place. That was when my brother and his family all visited us at the lake last year. They're in the vlog. That was such a fun time. Brian and I got lots of pictures of the two of us on all of our adventures. That's little Nathan, my sweet doggy that I miss so much. Oh man, I miss him. That is my mom and dad at their house. Brian and I again. This was at an indoor miniature golf place in Branson around Christmas time. And Brian and I again. And Brian and I again. This was when we visited Nashville. We're at the Grand Ole Opry there. That was a fun time. There's Brian on one of the pontoons that we've rented before. Doesn't he look happy? One of these days we'll get our own. We have so many sunset pictures on this frame from the lake. That's the spring at Hahatonka. It's at the Lake of the Ozarks. It's really a pretty area there. And that is Brian's mom, me, Brian, and his stepdad in Florida. That's my mom and dad again. As you can tell, it was around Christmas. And Brian and I on a boat. I think that's going to be the last picture that I'm going to show today. I seriously love having a digital frame, and instead of letting the pictures just like cycle through on their own, I was like stopping and restarting the video because we've got a lot of pictures of our daughter on here too, and she doesn't want to be on the internet, so I didn't want to have like her picture come up and then share it, and because she doesn't want to be there. So but anyway, that we've got so many pictures on this frame. But one time before, I think I showed you guys some pictures and you seemed to like it. So I was hoping that like one would come up from, maybe like when Brian and I were younger or something. Because I've got like a baby picture on here. I've got pictures of him when he's little. But the cat also, he decided that he didn't like me paying attention to it. And so he got up and stood in front of the frame. Now he's on the arm of the sofa. Oh, that's his butt moving the phone out of the way. Try not to show you his butt. Hey, bub. Mr. Jealous Man. And then also Brian, he's working on the house, and then he came in just to watch, to turn on Red Zone, which is like football, to see like some scores and stuff, and was standing there eating a few chips. So if you heard like chips crunching or something, that was just Brian. So silly kitty, an old jealous kitty. I had to show you this one. That's my mom and me and my grandma and my aunt. I'm the baby. Brian and I in our Kiss t-shirts. Both of us loved Kiss when we were like kids. And that's me and Aubrey on the boat in her life jacket. That's the ice maker you hear. And this is what he did when I was trying to show the pictures. He jumps up right in front of the frame. It's like, no, you will pay attention to me and only me. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and wrap the vlog up for the week, because the only things I have left is I'm going to take a shower, pick out my clothes for work, just to see the cat's tail go by. He is like a magnet today. Set up the coffee pot, just do all this stuff. But before that, I'm going to sit down and read my book some more. And, but anyway, that's this week's vlog. And I hope you liked it. And I hope you come back next week. Bye.